There is one thing which I've consistently said on this platform, and I'll repeat it again, that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. That in politics, everything is normally well scripted, well planned, and executed to achieve certain political objectives. President Uhuru Kenyatta yesterday dispatched a powerful delegation from Kenya to Malawi. This delegation was to represent him during the inauguration of the newly elected president, Lazarus Chakwera. And this delegation was led by none other than Gideon Moi. What political objective was the president trying to achieve? Because in an ordinary circumstance, the person who would have represented the president to Malawi is none other than the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, in his capacity as the principal assistant to the president. And in case the Deputy President was not available, and I'm sure he would have been willing to represent the president, in a situation where the Deputy President was going to be unavailable, there was that motorbike. In a situation where the Deputy President was going to be unavailable for one or two reasons, then the best person would have been the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs. But again, Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary was not the head of that delegation. And if anything, even Fred Okengo Matiang'i, as the supervisor of all Cabinet Secretary, should have represented the president. Because we remember, we've actually seen him representing the president in Somali before. But the best person would have been the deputy president. But the president, in his own wisdom, dispatched Gideon Moi. Who is Gideon Moi in this country? Gideon Moi is just the chairperson of KANU. And we know KANU shares some history with the Chakwera's political party in Malawi. But that's not enough reason to send Gideon Moi. Because even at the Senate, Gideon Moi is not the majority leader at the Senate. So probably someone like Irungu Kangata would have been the person to represent Kenya if the president was going for the Senate. But in this case, the president opted for Gideon Moi. And not only opting for Gideon Moi, he dispatched them, the team, with Kenya Air Force jet. That's the plane which carried the Kenyan delegation. And as they got off that plane, you could see the Chief Administrative Secretary for Foreign Affairs, Ababu Namwamba, and Gideon Moi walking majestically. And on hand to receive them is the Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary, Monica Joma. So that's how powerful the president was sending his message. And you all know that in the minds of Kenyans, that jet alone, the Air Force jet alone, most Kenyans always confuse it to be the one which is normally used by the president. So it means the president was actually sending a very strong message by sending Gideon Moi to that particular event. And today, Gideon Moi official, because yesterday was the event, so the event was public, so probably they just greeted each other, nothing much happened. But today, Gideon Moi was received by the president himself, Lazarus Chakwera, and he delivered the president's message. And that's also very powerful. So in my view, the president wanted to send a message, a coded message, a political message to the entire country. And these are the messages which the president, in my view, is trying to send. The first thing I'm reading from this is that the President Uhuru Kenyatta is keen on elevating the profile of Gideon Moi. You know, and I stated previously here, that Gideon Moi, apart from being the party leader, KANU party leader, is just an ordinary senator. So at the Senate, he's not the most powerful person in the Senate. At the Senate, we have the Speaker, We have the majority leader and even the majority whip. So Gideon Moi just chairs a committee of the Senate. But the president chose him to represent him. So basically, the president is trying to elevate the profile of Gideon Moi from being an ordinary senator and is raising it up above the senators. So that's what the president is doing. And again, after this event, Kenyans, especially, there was a lot of excitement within KANU. They're now seeing their man as a possible replacement for President Uhuru Kenyatta. Other political parties, I'm sure, are also envying Gideon Moi because of the profile which is now being elevated. Remember, just a few weeks ago, President Uhuru Kenyatta signed a coalition agreement with KANU. And one of KANU senators was appointed as the majority leader at the Senate. So probably the president is just trying to elevate Gideon Moi from where he is to the next level. Whether this is going to be sustained or not, I don't know. But in my view, the president has executed that to the best of his ability. So Moi is now not just an ordinary senator. Number two, I think the president is also trying to appease the supporters of Gideon Moi. And just to make it for the record, Gideon Moi was also accompanied to that occasion, apart from senior government officials, by the Secretary General of KANU. Nick Salat. No Jubilee official accompanying them. No DM official accompanying them. So I think the president was keen on elevating. On appeasing the supporters of KANU. Because of course we all know that when this guy was elected, there was a lot of celebrations on the side of Tanga Tanga. And they equated this guy to a hustler. And I remember reminding them that Chakwera's party was actually formed in 1959. And that party is as old as KANU. So the only person who disrupted that party from ruling was Peter Mutharika, a guy who failed terribly. Because the people of Malawi had high hopes in him, but he really failed them terribly. So they opted for their dynasty party, which is now this party. So by sending Gideon Moi to Malawi, the president is simply telling Kenyans, and specifically KANU supporters, trying to appease them, telling them, okay, KANU and this party had history. So this political party was in power, left power, and now they are back. So KANU was in power for long, left power, and can actually make a comeback. In my view, that's how I'm interpreting the message which the president is trying to send. Number three, I think it also has to do with international networks. It's not possible for any other individual to become the president of the Republic of Kenya or any other country in Africa without international networks. And this is why the president has been thwarting any attempt by the deputy president to make international connections. When he went to Chatham, the president had to sneak, and the DP was forced to come back into the country abruptly. Now, instead of sending the deputy president to Malawi to make those networks, the president is opting for Gideon Moi. And that's why I've been telling people, probably the president is preparing Gideon Moi for the presidency. If not in 2022, then probably after 2022. But the president is trying to help Gideon Moi create networks. Because of the history of these two parties, and the mere fact that the Gideon Moi went with his Secretary General, probably they also met as officials of those parties. They managed to create networks. And very soon, maybe after this COVID thing, we'll start seeing KANU officials going to that country and those countries coming here. Those international networks are actually what has helped Raila Odinga up to now. So Gideon Moi, the president, is trying to help Gideon Moi create international networks from this. Because Chakwera, I'm told, has an history with the country. He lectured in that university, those who know Buruburu, there's that college, that Christian college there. He lectured there. And He has also been coming to Kenya severally. I know that he's a president of a republic of the Republic of Malawi. It's a good network for Gideon Moi. Number 4, I think the president is also still continuing his idea of isolating the deputy president. In an ordinary circumstance, the person who ought to have represented the president to this event is the deputy president, William Ruto. But the president, in his own wisdom, said, for you, we are waiting. This is the guy who is going. And it's very funny that the principal assistant is not allowed to go. So you are isolating him. So people like now Ababu, who are viewing William Ruto as a very powerful individual, now sat there on this other side, while Gideon Moi and the president of Malawi, Chakwera, are there, talking. That's how, there's no any other way of isolating somebody. So people like Ababu Namwamba will leave that place knowing so well that the person who now is powerful in this government is this Gideon Moi. So in my view, that's a message that the president was sending. And number 5, in my view, I think the president is also trying to send a coded message to his supporters and maybe Gideon Moi's supporters that I could also consider this guy as a potential presidential candidate in 2022. So that's a message which the president, in my view, is also sending out. Because if he was not doing that, why Gideon Moi? Why not any other individual? Why Gideon Moi? Of course, he would have sent Gideon Moi, but with the head of the delegation being a senior government official. That jet was full of senior government officials, but only Gideon Moi. So he's sending a message to Gideon Moi supporters, to the people of Rift Valley, and to his own President Uhuru Kenyatta supporters that I'm not going to support my deputy. I'm also not very sure about Raila Odinga, but this is the guy I prefer. So he's sending that message. And lastly, in my view, it could also be that the Gideon Moi and the Moi family have serious business interest in Malawi. And when you have a serious business interest, any change of regime always come with this disadvantage and advantages. So they must position themselves well. And because it's in terms with President Uhuru Kenyatta, then he shared with Uhuru Kenyatta that I have links, I have businesses in Malawi, several of them. And now that the new guy is coming, please let me represent you there. And by representing you there, then I'll whisper to him, I'm Moi's son, and you know my father, and this kind of thing, this political party, they have an history, their logos are almost the same, and we've been doing business here and there, and this business is here, I need your protection. You can't rule out anything in politics. I don't know what you think. If I left any other thing which you think the president was sending out by sending Gideon Moi to representing, let me know. But one thing I know for sure is that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta wanted to achieve certain political objectives by sending Gideon Moi to represent him in Malawi. Thank you guys, and please, if you are watching this video for the first time, I want to just take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this one, you get notified. It's important because that's the only way, because sometimes you're watching this one for the first time from a recommendation. If you don't subscribe, then it means next time we produce a similar video, then you will not get notified. So the best thing, just hit the subscribe button. And to the subscribers of this channel, I really want to thank you guys for your continued support. I know you guys have been sharing the videos, you've been dropping your comments, and you've been giving the video thumbs up. Those are the only 3 requests I always make on this channel. And again, let me share my WhatsApp number again for those who just subscribed recently or those who are planning to subscribe, so that if there's any other thing you want me to share with you of this channel and even in this channel, then we can always do. My WhatsApp number is purely for WhatsApp, 0777 741323. So you can always reach me on that number at any given time. Thank you guys, and please may you have